And welcome everybody to the last day of the MEC Fall Championship. I am Tucker Hayes, and this is Mechatronic. Logan, wake up! It's time. What are you doing? Get up! Come on!
It's time.
It's time.
We're going. It's a thing. We're happening. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
It's time
the
for the MEC Fall Championship Day 2. Call it a championship Sunday, why don't you? We got 2 matches, one of them being a best of 5 for you.
Yeah, we got losers finals right here and now. Clarke University against Briar University. Winner of that will go face Ohio Northern in the grand finals later today. So, big game of days today. Big day of games today. It'll be an exciting time for us to watch. I mean, you and I predicted ahead of this earlier on yesterday that, hey, this may be a Clarke ONU finals. That was our general idea. But then we also talked about how ONU, Briar, and Clarke were these top 3 teams, and it wasn't it didn't feel particularly close to the season. That's who we see at the end of the road. So any of these teams will be worthwhile winners at the end of the day, but let's figure out who is going to compete for this last spot.
It has been a culmination of sensational Valorant and not so sensational Valorant over these last couple of months. And we have all been ready forever. But now it's time. I can't believe it. We are finally here at the MEC Fall Championship. We are just 1 match away from the grand finals. ONU awaits the winner of this match, Clarke University and Briar in one last best of 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's the last best of 3 of the season. It's the one that they have to really prove their stuff. We see the rosters here. We should be familiar with the Clarke roster at this point. Soup, Granola, Zrona, Ain, and Kang. 4 of the players on the screen here made all MEC teams. The only one missing is Fade, who I believe was the 3rd team all MEC. He's not here this weekend, so we have Granola stepping in, who did a fantastic job yesterday. And over for the Briar side, Hariri, Freight, Konichi, Tony, and Milk, who by their own right also got a lot of all MEC spots.
Yeah, it's honestly another team that very easily could have had all 5 of their players in if there was a 4th and a 5th team. I think Clarke University was just a little bit more balanced throughout. They had a bit more star power as well, but if you remember, during the championship bracket a little bit earlier on when it was off LAN, I believe it was online the last week until we went to LAN, I want to say, no, I don't want to say, I know Briar University took down Clarke University in a 2-1 fashion, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the winners semifinals, which was absolutely fantastic to watch. Nobody really expected Clarke University to fall to anybody except for Ohio Northern, and here they are dropping to Briar, but now they have a chance to get their redemption in the losers finals to punch their ticket into the grands.
Yeah, so this 2-1 that you talked about earlier that we hit in the semifinals, it was a really, really good match. And we see some new maps here selected. So we'll have Bind, which we've seen a lot of the last couple of days. We saw Clarke play on yesterday. They played really well on it. And then Sunset, which is a new map for us. We saw it got played yesterday, but we didn't get it. So now we get to watch Sunset. I think this is your first competitive Sunset, if I remember correctly, Tucker. And then we're going to go right into Lotus at the end. And Bind is started already. Okay, quick look at the comps. There's a Harbor. That's weird. There's a Sage. That's weird. The BCU comp is weird. Let's talk about it in a second. Clarke University comp is very normal. This is what I expect from them.
Double controller, which is not the oddest lineup that we have seen played on Bind or really any of the maps.
Not just as a double controller, but this team from Clarke University always feels to me like a team that likes to go double controller. Because Soup is so good at this Astra, he basically locks Astra every game. And Kang has been really good on the Viper. If they can play both of them, it seems that they try to.
I mean, if you can consistently frag out with a controller, you can frag out with pretty much anybody. So why not go the controller? Why not go the Astra? You can use those Nova Pulses as well as those Gravity Wells to your advantage and just absolutely cook the enemy team. Yeah. However, looks like Briar playing the Harbor. I'm not sure how much I like that pick. It's another double controller player, but it is a little bit of an oddball.
It's different. So I've for a while been saying that Astra and Viper are weird agents, right? Because Viper is this heavy mix between a controller and a sentinel, right? It feels more like you're playing Killjoy than you're playing something like Brimstone a lot of the times when you're playing Viper. And it's the same with Astra. Astra feels like a combination of a controller and an initiator with the concusses and the pulls and stuff. It feels way less like you're playing Brimstone, more of you're playing some weird combination of initiator. So because of all of that, as we see Milk and Freight get some early kills here, I believe the teams are swapped on the top.
Yeah, it's all right though. We'll get that. We'll get that.
Ain, he's got two. He's got three.
standing.
Oh, Ain's so good. He's got a lot of kills here, but it's going to be all up to Kang to see if he can close out this round.
1v2.
Yeah, he's got the spike.
Been easier situations to clutch. There's only 45 HP, however. You have that Sage right behind you, so if you play this too carelessly, you could very well get put in the ground. That's exactly what happens. Close range with the Classic, there's no chance. Clarke University will take the pistol round.
No, Briar University will take the pistol round.
Yeah, Briar will take the pistol round.
Takes the pistol round. We're good. So yeah, what I was saying before is that the Astra and the Viper feel like very much of these hybrid agents, whereas on the other side, Harbor is a controller. Full stop, that's it. So you're running like the single controller, this like dual sentinel kind of route over on the Briarcliff side, and that may work really well on defense, but it may come to hurt them later when they have to work on offense. Because sometimes playing with a Viper on offense is a little iffy. Depends on the day. Freight got hit a lot by Zerona early. Paint Shell's going to come back and see if they can do some more damage to him. Nice kill from Hariri, going to get the first onto Zerona, and Tony with the buck he grabs onto Kang. He's going to see if he can do any more here. A lot of shots onto Granola, but nothing's going to hit. Granola, though, comes down at the end. Hariri's got to run in to grab Soup just to make sure his teammate Tony doesn't die.
Efficient round for Clarke University. Only dropping one player. We push it on to the bonus round. And it's time for Clarke University to hopefully put themselves into the driver's seat for the meantime. Of course, Bayern has been a very defensive map as of late, so Clarke University, of course. Nope, Briarcliff University, of course, coming out, dominating the first two rounds. But I'm assuming as soon as the bonus round gets underway, Clarke University is going to make their way through, win a couple of rounds. Once we get to the gun rounds, I think it's going to start to even out, specifically for Clarke University, just because the pistol and the conversion are just so awkward to win on attack.
No, they're a tad bit awkward to win. We'll see what they can do here. This is the first like real-ish round. It should be full guns here for Clarke, and not as full guns here for Briarcliff. So we'll see what they can do with these more guns. And Granola's got the kill already onto Tony. They're just pushing through. I really like this from Clarke.
Hyper aggressive. Ain flashes out, swings, still gets put in the ground.
Yeah,
Zerona has one.
Yeah, Zerona was right there for the trade.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, what a shot from Zerona, and what knowledge to just say, hey, I know Konishi is here. I don't care. Or just get to go right past him. It'll be fine.
1 versus 2 on this clutch. 125. It's in the health bar. Close range. The Vandal gets the dub. And Zerona has a 4K in the bag. Clarke University will survive the pistol round. They drop 3, however, so this buy will be a little bit weaker than what is wanted for Clarke University. But this round, definitely not going to be unwinnable. It's really going to come down to just which team performs better in the next minute 40.
Yeah, this next round is the big round, right? You've got guns across the entire board. Granola and Super are going to be a little low on their shields, but so are Hariri and Freight, right? We're as solid as we can be across the board here. This is as even as a round as you're going to get. And Zerona's going quick. I like this. I've been really a huge proponent of Zerona moving, making space. It's one of the best players in the MEC to do it. See how much more space he can make. Just trying to find a shot.
Cascade gets used. Going to delay Clarke University for just a little bit. They don't want to flake off just yet, but this is going to be really difficult to push through. Eventually it goes down, but Briar is still holding on with an Iron Vice. They have that slow orb down on a short to hopefully delay the push of the Viper. But with the ult coming out, that's going to make things a little bit more interesting and complicated for Briar. As in comes the execute, and Ariri is forced back behind the truck, and Clarke should be able to get this plant down with very little prop.
Yeah, the problem is Tony was on such low health a minute ago, and they had to use the stage orb to do it. So, oh, never mind. Tony's doing work. Okay, so it's a 2-on-2 for Clarke, and now it's just on Soup. We talked about this yesterday. One guy in the clutch you want, it's Soup. He's got one with the Phantom already, but they know where he is. Konichi knows, he has an idea. Soup's just playing it. He can't get the shot, though, and Konichi's able to clutch it out. So 3-1 now for Briar. But could that round have been closer?
I don't think so. Unless you want to get into the health bar, it absolutely could not have. Konichi wins it out, denies the clutch god their clutch, and Clarke University with an eco on the ready. Not what they want, but it is what they get. Got to play their hands. How it's given, Briar, they are still looking mighty fine. A little bit weaker around the shield section, but they still have the guns they need to win.
Yeah, if every single map this series will be this close, we're in for a good series. If every round is going to be like this, we're going to fight down to one player. I'm in. Zerona just barely misses the timing here, though, on trying to get the wall to break. He will take the Ult Orb as consolation. I like the push up here from Freight and company, but it may get spotted out. I feel like Soup saw it. But Granola's just pushing right into it.
Heartbreaker. Ain does not get the shot. So unfortunate for Ain. Zerona grabs one with the stinger. This is going to put a bit of pressure on the backside of Briar, as now they're ready to push. They had a fantastic wraparound, got rid of 2 of the Clarke University players, but this is not as done deal as we might have expected, because Clarke University does still have an ult, and that's going to land right between the eyes of Hariri, and Clarke University has the advantage. The teleport comes through. B site has a red carpet laid out for him, but Kenichi's following.
Okay, so I love the idea of that play there from Zerona. I love the idea of, hey... Whoa, hold on. Nicely done by Kang. I love the idea there, Zerona to stay in the teleporter. I think it was the right move. I think he just gave up on it a little too early. He expected one to come right through, and they came through a couple seconds later. I mean, Zerona's cooking this game. Like, Zerona is a man on a mission here. He wants to get to this finals. That's it. That's the bit. He wants to get through. He's cooking. Both the raises are cooking.
Like to see it. I got a feeling this might just be one of the games that brings Zerona to light.
Yeah.
As how it's looking, only 5 rounds in, Zerona might not be popping off. He may not be getting multi-kills every single round, but just how much presence they are putting into every single round. This should be a classic for Zerona at least.
Yeah, so there's a conversation of, like, what is a duelist supposed to do? And many people think that's like, oh, the duelist is the one supposed to get your kills. It's supposed to be like an AD carry in League of Legends and stuff. And I think that's the wrong way to go about it. The point of a duelist is supposed to make space. They're the one that's going to be in the site first, that's going to try and get an entry kill. They're going to be the one that their entire goal is, we need to make space. And I think that Zerona does such an incredible job of that. Ain watching the flank there is able to take Milk down, who is in a very awkward position.
Clarke University popping that Cosmic Divide as well. Freight gets swung out. The Frenzy cannot get the job done. Neural Theft. This should be a done deal for Clarke University. Briar has both of their ults that are alive online, but this is not a situation you want to use it on an eco round in a 2-to-5 scenario. This is a round that you just lose. You try to get an extra frag to boat.
Yeah, I think Tony just helped out Zerona there a little bit. Zerona did not want to be spotted over the top. As you watch this smoke, I expect Zerona to get him pretty quickly. There he goes. Last player sitting up in heaven, Hariri, has absolutely no clue where Zerona just was, but now we'll find him via bullets.
The worst way to find someone in Valorant.
Yeah. Now, this is the first convincing round we've got. Right, Clarke flawless that. It was the first time they really got onto a site and got a couple of kills early, and it was off the back of a Zerona 3K. Really, really well done. It looks like today the way both teams want to win is through their duelist.
Absolutely. Zerona, I mean, 10 kills so far. BCU's a little bit more balanced, I would say. I mean, considering that the top frag on CU has 10, the next has 4, and for Briarcliff it's 6 and 5. Clarke University is playing a much more one-dimensional game, but when you have Zerona who can just make kills out of absolutely nothing, I don't see a problem with it. Really easy first 3 kills. They drop 1, but they still have so much space. They have everything they could ever dream of, and then a little bit more. This should be another done and dusted reel from Clarke University, unless Hariri is able to make that Guardian pop.
Yeah, I mean, the important thing there is that you see Zerona go and get 1 kill and then die. But on the other hand, how much space did he make for his team? He was in a good tradable position. He allowed himself to be traded. And he just did a really good job. Zerona, I cannot push enough how well Zerona is playing this game.
Oh, Granola's going to catch this. Granola's got it. They push up. They have another one as well. Looking for the 3K to end the round. It's got to be Kang, though. Clarke University had that round from the start all the way to the end. It was looking shaky around the midpoint. They got that frag to the box and then that res. It was a 3v3. But we should have trusted them better. It's Clarke University. They know better. They know exactly what to do. And that time they did. That'll be 3 rounds in a row for Clarke University. And would you look at the economy yet again? Briarcliff brings out 2 shotguns.
It's going to be Kang, man. It's going to be Kang. We'll see what they can do, though, here. We'll push forward into the 8th round of the game. I'm very happy my producer got that joke. Oh, I should have said in the voice. You're right. It's gonna be Kang. Nice kill from Soup to start the round up on the freight, but he can't get the second one. Kenichi takes him down in the trade. Kang himself, pop star sensation, is around the corner. He's not going to push any further. He knows where his team is, and he doesn't have to push out.
I must wait a moment.
4 versus 4. Clarke University, they got that one and done. It was the Astra for the Rays, which hurts Briarcliff a little bit, but Clarke University lost half their smokes. They still have that Viper Wall as well as that Orb, but that is still not as much as you might want. Granola swings out into market, headshots Konichi, and just like that, your initiation's gone, and all of your controllers are done. Harbor's still alive, but I don't know if they have that much utility.
Yeah, nope, they don't. Clarke is starting to cook a little bit. I'm liking this. This is a good thing for them right now.
5 in a row. And Briarcliff, they're not ecoing. I'm noticing they're forcing on every single round. And so far, it's not worked. I would try switching the strategy up just a little bit. When you're on bind defense, you don't want to lose 4 rounds in a row. You definitely don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over because it has not worked once. I mean, it worked in the 4th round where it was a thrifty round for them. But Briarcliff needs to eco and try to get these better guns because the firepower that they have and have had in the last couple of rounds is just not cutting it even close.
Yeah, no, it's not. But the Vandals from the side of Clarke, and I do mean Vandals, they are all running Vandals here, seem to be the way to go for the moment. This is the first time they really executed on the B site other than the pistol round.
Comes the stars. Comes the execute, but it's going to be delayed a little bit by Briarcliff. Unfortunately, you have the Vandals. You just spray through the smoke. Typically, you don't want to spray through smoke with Vandals because of the tracers, but you know what? Zerona does not care. Zerona does not give one anything. Going to keep the stream PG. It's a 5v2. They do have the Briar's Cliff. Briarcliff does. The Briar's Pit, rather. Oh. But there's not really a chance for them to use it. They still have to get onto site for it to be anything close to useful. They got a couple kills, but Briarcliff's still in the disadvantage.
I'm pretty sure Briar's Pit is a League of Legends thing.
Is it?
I don't know. There's a champion named Briar. Clarke University finished up that round. Yeah, no, the vent was absolutely Viper's Pit, but I heard Briar's Pit.
Yeah, I said Briar's Pit. Which, I mean, is not wrong, because it is
No, it is
Briar
Briar's pit. It is Briar's pit. This is also Briarcliff's pick. Oh.
This is also Briarcliff's pick.
We're getting
Clarke
deep
University
into it already.
Okay, so it's Briar's pit, and this is Briar's pick. They are not looking very good.
And Bind is on a cliff.
Bind is on that Briar cliff. Okay, bars.
Yeah, we can start to get some real bars going here. As both of the toxic walls are gone out. Showstopper activated. What can Zerona get? He can't see anyone right now, though. He's got nothing. He's got so much damage from it, but he got nothing.
How does that not kill? Like, in any of the universes that Valorant has access to, how does that Showstopper not kill?
Unsure, but Kenichi's at, like, 0 health. If Aang just mouse ones, he's dead. There you go. That was it. So Kang and Aang finishing up the kills. Freight's got a trade out on Granola. They're just playing as much as they can here inside that toxic pit. That Viper pit. Nice little pull there. They won't actually pull anything. That's it. That was the round.
Oh my goodness. They didn't spray through. They didn't know they were going to stick, and it ends up costing Clarke University very heavily. They dropped the thrifty round. Briarcliff was not able to hold over any guns, which is a good thing for Clarke University, but that is definitely one of those rounds that you want to get back. You just kind of played with a lack of discipline. You had that Viper's pit, or rather that Gravity Well, and it just did not pull them off the spike too far enough. Double-digit rounds. This is 11. Clarke University still has the chance to go into halftime with an 8-4 half. For Briarcliff's sake, we would like to see a 6-6. We'd like to see more on Bind defense, but the cards they are given, Clarke University got 6, and Briarcliff has had a really tough time.
Yeah, I want to talk to the dominance that has been this half so far. I know it doesn't look like that from the scoreline, but you have to remember that this half started with 3 rounds in a row for Briarcliff. The Briarcliff won the pistol, they won the conversion, and they won the bonus. And from there, it was Clarke starting to take rounds. And they haven't lost since then.
They take another head. This time it is Kenichi. Milk, though, keeping this round close. It's a 4 versus 4. The paint shell is going to be the end of Milk unless they can run away, and they just barely get out of the damage radius. They are on 2 HP. Unfortunately for them, Aang rounds the corner and ends their life. A site is secured. Harbor trying to play from CT, but unfortunately they're smoked off. They don't have that much utility to work with either. They do have that high tide, I believe a cascade, but there's nothing that you can apply it to.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, I feel like we can just say, but Aang is there, or but Zerona is there, and that covers like 90% of all of our Clarke University calls. They're so good, and they're always there. That's the problem. We're really looking in the wrong direction now. Zerona, the first one through. Aang and Zerona both there. But it will be Aang to get the kill at the end. 7-4.
Last round.
This is looking worse and worse of a half for Briarcliff every single moment we have.
Clarke University is hell-bent on putting themselves in that grand finals. They want a date with Destiny. They want a date with those polar bears of Ohio Northern. Briarcliff has one last round to keep this half somewhat close. Best case scenario is a 5-7, but you have to do it on an eco, which has been a very tall task. They got a thrifty a couple of rounds ago, but that was simply due to a mistake on Clarke's side rather than just really good play of Briarcliff. By the way, the showstopper gets popped out, and they get caught out from the trap wire.
Yeah, I mean, he just ran through it. There was nothing else that you could really do there. That was some weird Seeker AI. He's just going right through? What is Freight doing? I mean, like, I'm here for it, but, like, what is he doing?
Trying something. The
Trying
site.
something's better than nothing, man. Kenichi's got one on Zerona. They're spraying through. They just got to find Milk here. That's the easy bit. No one can find him, and Kenichi and Milk each grab their own frags. That's the first Briarcliff round in a while.
Switching sides.
That's that thrifty round. It's 5-7. Could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a lot better. I love the dynamic of that last round because Clarke University took and then Briar retook, and then Clarke University had to try to retake it because they didn't get the spike down. I think that was hilarious.
Yeah. It was a good vibe, Ben. It was a good vibe.
So we got round 13 coming up very shortly. If you look on the scoreboard, there is just a green line of 5 rounds there. That is where Briar really wanted to get some of those rounds back, because Clarke University just felt like they could do no wrong during that stretch. And it shows. The scoreboard absolutely shows that. They've got the lead. They're going into the defensive rounds, which is the stronger side on Bind. If they can play how they did in the first half, this should be a pretty efficient map 1.
Yeah, we see right at the top of the scoreboard, Ain and Zerona, the 2 first all MEC team members. There was a reason they were there. Oh, actually, wait, Ain was on the second team? No, there were 3 on the first team. There were 3 on first team. I'm going insane.
Spike's getting planted by Milk.
Spike planted.
Soup gets dragged out. They do have a frag to go, but it will be a trade as the pain shells do go down. Drona has a shot onto Milk. It's a headshot, close range. The Ghost is going to kill that every single time. Another shot onto her Riri, and Drona just keeps on coming. Cascade is the last line of defense, and Briar crumble like a cookie to the compress of Clarke University. They only lose 1 player.
What kind of cookies are you eating that crumble, man?
Crumble
Hey,
cookies.
better cookies.
Not a sponsor.
Oh, I guess that is a thing. I don't know. We don't have those out here.
I don't either. Yeah, I think
Okay.
I got to go like 3 hours away.
Okay.
I just had it once and it was insane.
Okay. I just want to
Anyway,
make sure we're on the same page that we're normally not eating
conversion
cookies that
round.
crumble.
Conversion round for Clarke University. They took the pistol in a very good way. Really effective. They only dropped 1 player to that paint shell, and even the one that they did drop, they got a frag off of it. It was a trade-off. It was a pistol shot for the paint shell grenade. And ever since then, it was Clarke University from there on out.
And the important question is, what can they do here? What is their move? What is the vibe? How can they push forward?
There.
Because Briarcliff needs to start to get some rounds quickly. Because Clarke University gets snowballed aside so easily to try and get 9-10 wins. You can hope that Briarcliff can do something here, but
It would be really nice if they could score on this conversion round and deny Clarke University. But how it's going right now is
pistols,
Briarcliff
man.
has tried their hand at this round, and Clarke has not given them a single inch. Briarcliff is a team that can turn an inch into a mile, but so far, Clarke University has stayed still, not giving up a single millimeter. Nanometer,
Clarke-
why not? You know, go even smaller.
Clarke understands they have the range advantage. That's all it is, right? It's pistols with the best pistol they've got being a Sheriff against, at the worst, Spectres. At best, like a Bulldog. I think there may be a
30
Vandal.
seconds
I could be wrong. But basically, they have a distinct range advantage, and they're running off the site as they execute onto it. They just took so much time here. They're coming back, though.
Briarcliff played way too long. This
I
should
shot
be
them, Soup.
an easy round to finish out for Clarke University, as there it is. The kills start coming out. Spike planters killed, and there is the secure. Oh, Big Iron. It's Ain, though. I wanted to see the Sheriff kill, but it's got to be the Stinger to ruin things. Come on now. Clarke University gets another round. This time it's the conversion round, and this time they secure a 4-round lead. We go to the bonus round. This is a must-win for Briarcliff. If they don't win this, this could just snowball to an L.
It can very quickly snowball to a loss here, and I do want to point your attention to, this is not the best gun round it could have been. There's a good chunk of light armor. There's also Guardian over on Tony. I know Tony has used the Guardian a good chunk recently, but I'm still scared. That light armor means that the Spectres are going to just be even better.
Yeah, a couple of headshots, and that's going to be a done deal. And once again, it's Clarke University getting started out early. The Stinger, close range. Typically, you don't want to take a Stinger down mid, but Ain does what they want.
Yeah, Ain is just playing Ain stuff. I don't know what to tell you.
5 versus 4. Briarcliff. This is the round that they're supposed to win. and they're just trying their best at everything. And Clarke University is just pushing it off the table with their pinky finger.
Yeah, Briar Cliff's they have to do a lot to get into any of these sites at this point. There's 50 seconds left on the clock. They're down by 1. They need to just start thinking about executing. Just like they took too long in the last take. They need to go earlier this time, and I think they're looking to just execute onto this onto this B site.
Zone, Zerona got a standoff here. Backs to back. 30 seconds to make this execute happen. Hariri takes a bit of decay damage, but there's no shots coming in, so they should be able to back up.
There's only 20 seconds left on the clock again. We're at this. Yeah, we're at this really low time again, and it means that 1 kill in the Clarke favor is just going to be so deadly.
Oh, Konichi running guns.
They're not getting them. Konichi and Hariri able to get frags early. Toxic Bite going to go behind the wall, going to try and see if they can spot any of them out. Oh, but it's all turning terribly. It's all turning terribly. Hariri with the 3K in the round. Okay. There's still a game here.
There's still a game. There's still life.
On the other hand, there's real guns now for Clarke University. They tried to retake that with some Stingers and some Spectres and a Sheriff. Yeah, they've got Vandals now.
It didn't really work out with the lower guns, but now we got the big guns. And whenever they had the pistols, they won. Whenever they had the SMGs, they won. They did not have the rifles. Briarcliff did have the rifles. They were at a weapons disadvantage. And still, it was a tall task for Briarcliff to win it out. I think Clarke University is doing fine. They are in no place to worry. Zerona has to really get out of dodge. They barely get away with the blast pack, and look at how much space Zerona wants to take up. Freight gets floored down by Soup, runs out of bullets in the Phantom. They have to run back. Briarcliff has this site secured for now.
For now is the operative bit in that sentence. Clarke University still have 4 now, 3. They still have a lot they can do here. Granola's got 1, but the trades are so good right now for Briarcliff. Ain and Kang left. Kang did a lot of clutching yesterday, and Ain has been so good recently. Hawk goes out and over, but target selection does not help. Kang's got knowledge of 1. He's got knowledge of the other. Can he get them both? But he can't. Nietzsche's able to clutch the round out, but so close. This is the same way it was early in the half of the last one. So close. Every single round comes down to a 1v1, a 1v2.
Need to see a thrifty for Clarke University as well. We saw an operator come out for a sec, but I think they sold. Come on, I want to see some Sage Op gameplay, but I don't think Hariri is too keen on it.
I want to just see operators. I'm now realizing we've made it to playoffs. They're on LAN in the championship bracket. I have not seen much operator just this whole season.
I think we saw 1 op yesterday.
We saw 1 op yesterday.
Us personally.
Yeah, us.
Wow.
Wow, Milk. That's
firing
cool.
Squad at A short. Soup gets aggressive, takes the frag onto Tony, but Milk just keeps lining them up. That's 3 kills in a row, and they're going to start their push. Ray's hiding behind the wall, and they immediately go down as soon as it goes down. The 1v4 retake with a Sheriff. Call me crazy. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't need to call you crazy. Yeah, this is just memeing around, man, at this point. Save the Sheriff. Probably the right call at the end of the day.
This is how much shield they have. They don't have any. So I would say best case scenario is die to Spike. Try to deny Briarcliff of that kill, deny them of the orb and the money, but also get the death and get that ult orb so you have that neural theft. Or maybe even better yet, pick up that Vandal. They get that Vandal, then things are worth it.
I think things are just generically worth it. He's made a sound though. Yeah, okay. The problem was he had to run there. There was no other way to do it. He would die to the spike if he didn't run there. So, you know, it's whatever. They've got enough money to buy. Just the team as a whole. I just want to point out the double fraggers over on the Clarke University side. I know Briar Cliff's on this like little 3-8 run. They're kind of very along the same page in terms of the kill stats. Zerona and Ain, though, each on 20 kills. Zerona's got an additional 9 assists. Ain's got an additional 5 assists. That's crazy numbers for being 17 rounds in. They're averaging over a kill a round.
It's typically you don't see two players go for 20 before the end of the game, but I guess this is just one of those times where Zerona and Ain are absolutely popping off. Zerona gets aggressive again, does not work out to their favor. Thankfully, Clarke University is able to grab one more. Ain has a headshot onto Kenichi, playing themselves from elbow, and Spike is stranded in a really rough spot. Ain doesn't want to peek. They try to shoot. Tony lands the shots through the Viper smoke, and now they have control. They have the Spike, and they have the Viper's pit to deny easy access.
Yeah, but because of the work that Ain did early in the round with that 2K, just losing Ain and Zerona, they still a 3v3. This is still absolutely doable for Clarke University, and Granola just needs to find a body. If he can get one person, he can activate the neural theft. Question is, what are they willing to do here? Tony dies. Oh, sorry, Granola dies to Hariri, but Supa is able to get the trade onto Milk. Kang takes down Tony, and it's all a 1v1. It's been a 1v1 every round, and Soup wins those.
We've been harping on them the entire bracket. Soup is that guy. When you put him in a clutch scenario, 1v3, 1v2, 1v1, any 1vx scenario, Soup wins those 50% of the time. I would go as far as 55. Soup wins those almost every single time. They might be negative, but put them in a 1v1.
He is an impact player, okay? He has impact.
Emphasis on the impact, full caps.
In impact font.
In impact font. And then the player is like Times New Roman.
Yeah. He is an impact player.
Reckoning getting brought out for Briar Cliff to hopefully open up a little bit of space on the A side. Drona simply outplayed. The paint shells are just better on the side of Tony. Thankfully for Briar Cliff, they do have that Resurrect, and the Reckoning does get through, and the Resurrect comes through, and Harbor is immediately put back up. But look at this flank.
It's doing well. I mean, Kang and Soup, man, they're starting to take it up a notch. We've talked about Zerona, we talked about Ain a lot. Kang and Soup, though, are starting to get themselves together. And this is the problem with Clarke University, right? If they're on, they are that team of full all MEC players, right? They're insane.
They will scurry.
If you get them off a little bit, they're still a good team, but
and it really shows that all 5 of these players are within the best of the MEC. Because even some of the other best teams like Briar Cliff and even Ohio Northern, they have weak spots. But Clarke University, they are just balanced the entire way through. They've had problems against Ohio Northern simply because they're so explosive. But trust me, they have their weak points. Clarke University does not. In my opinion, they are the best bang for buck team in the MEC.
I think they are the most consistent team in the MEC.
For sure, by far.
I think that they are consistently the 1.5 best team. I say 1.5 because they are consistently there. The problem is that the Briarcliff highs, the Ohio Northern highs that we have seen are insane.
And we just don't really see a Clarke University low. We see Clarke University gameplay, which is always second to one.
We said this yesterday. It was just like Clarke University knows how they want to play. They play exactly how they want to play, and they understand how their teammates want to play. They have this down to a book. They are extremely consistent on what they want to do, how they want to do it, and where they want to do it, and they're teleporting. This is the first time we've seen a big TP play.
Ooh,
I liked the idea of staying there for a minute, but of taking too much damage and then chose to peek out himself. Hang did make this Viper's pit out on long. May think he's there, though. He's doing a big rotate around. It's a 2v4, though. It's going to make it really difficult. Granola's only one man, but he's got Tony.
That wraparound's going to be
this?
massive.
Oh, no!
Kang can't land the shot. They know that Kang is there. They're going to peek out. They don't have the shot. They're missing everything.
Last player standing.
Oh, that's just so brutal to watch, man. It's not. There's no analysis you can do on that. It's just aim better, man.
Crosshair issue.
It's that copy pasta of like first 6 bullets missed, second 6 bullets missed because you missed the first 6. All right.
Okay.
Eco round.
Let's reset.
Yeah, eco round for Clarke.
For Clarke University. Briar could very easily catch them off on this eco, get them on the next, and that puts them in a fantastic spot. It's 11-11, and Clarke University's on another eco round. This game was looking very unlikely for Briar, but now they are starting to put things back in their favor.
Yeah, no, they're starting to get their stuff together, so this should be 11-10 Clarke University.
Unless the thrift.
Unless there's a thrifty. Which there's always a possibility of. Alright, he's got one.
Briar has that really fast execute. They use so much, but I mean, if you can secure that site, I'd say it's worth it. 3 kills, the red scoreboard for Briar, leaving it all up to Granola. 100 HP, they have the Sheriff. But once again, this is a really unwinnable round unless you can find the Viper or the Sage, which they are wisely just kind of tucked away.
See what they're trying to do. The important question is what does this next round hold for us, right? This should be a full buy for both teams.
This round is massive. There's no way to put it. And Clarke University calls a timeout. I love this idea. They know the magnitude of this round. If they lose this round, they could very well lose the entire map for having an 8-4 lead going into their defensive side. If they lose this game, that would be absolutely monstrous to end it off. So they call a timeout. They want to ensure that they have these last 2.
Yeah, I think this makes sense. I'm looking at this as a total separate matter. Did Freight really just drop a blast pack on the ground before the timeout started?
I was looking at that.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, to boost on the high angles.
No, I didn't know you could throw it in pause time.
Well, I think they threw it before the timeout. Like they must have pressed the wrong button.
Not like timeout active, but in like the buy round before the round actually started.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
You can, okay.
It's like if you want to boost onto a high angle before the round starts.
This is not for boosting on a high angle.
I think that is a fat finger.
That sucks.
That does that.
Yeah, the way he's looking at that sucks.
A bit of money. They lose a bit of angle that they can use. They can't double blast pack anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say they lose a lot of entry because of that. Because Freight's the one that's gonna try and make space. He wants to double satchel in and try and get space. But he's not gonna be able to double satchel, so maybe a little lack of space getting in this round. He's just looks like he's still gonna walk in anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Freight is going to be turned away from entrying, but it's going to be a little bit difficult without that blast pack. Either way, it's double digits for both of these teams. Clarke University has a defense. Briar is taking this slow and meticulously. I do like this play rather than a quicker execute. As this round matures, it seems like they want to go B more and more and more. That Cypher Cam is going to catch out too and likely going to call over at least one player to rotate from A. And now here comes the utility. In comes the push. Granola has to keep this round under control while they wait for the rest of the Clarke cavalry. And Hariri grabs the first kill. Granola still in the back, gets running gun. Counter strafe just too good for Briar.
Yeah, there were some target acquisition issues there. You saw that Granola, he saw like 3 different people. I was about to take shots at a couple of them, but chose not to. So there's Freight's blast pack being used here now, so he's got nothing left in the round on it. Zerona's got the first kill to Freight, duplicate down. Tony takes down Zerona in a nice quick trade though. Riri goes down on top of the wall, and Kang's got 2. Got another, and it's just a 1v1 here. Kang v Kanochi, and Kang doesn't lose it this time.
Clarke University on map point. Bind is almost theirs. A near impossible round to win was turned into a manageable by the likes of Kang, getting 3 frags, peeking out from elbow, and ending everyone in sight. Match point, round 23 on the board. At the ready, Briar needs 2 in a row.
They need a couple of rounds here. They absolutely need a couple of rounds here. I don't just say that because it's like up against match point. It feels like Briar has been they've been figured out a little bit. The last couple of rounds have been really, really close. They've been a lot of 50-50s, but they've been generically Clarke favored. Drona going through. He's got Kanichi. He almost gets the kill onto Milk. That's a worthwhile trade for all that information. That same Cypher camp that we saw yesterday is back up. It's disgusting. Viper's Pit is down. 3v4. Kang's HP is so low. It may not matter at the end of the day. He's grouping up with his friends just to make sure he's got some HP left. And Milk is going to be the one important person you do not want to die here. The Viper's Pit is giving out so little information.
It's that dog to try to push some of the information back. You have those Seekers if you choose to pop them. But you might want to wait for the next one. No, they're popping it right now. The flash as well. They run through. They have a couple of shots, but they're not able to land the frag. Eventually they do, and there it all falls. The collapse of all time. And Clarke University will secure map one. Defuse. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Granola, what are you doing? Wait. Wait. Oh my goodness.
Defenders win.
Okay. Hold. Everybody be quiet. Clarke University, they win this round. They win the map. They almost lost. That was 0-0-9-4. That was unbelievable. That was less than a second away from Clarke University throwing that. Granola just lifted their finger off the 4 key just a little too late, or a little too early, I guess. I'm not sure. All I know, Briar takes map 1 in a very competitive showdown.
Yeah, no, it was super competitive up until it wasn't competitive in the first half. And then Briar kind of brought it back, right? There was that set of like 5 rounds in a row in the first half that was really, really Clarke favored. There was a lot of it that was Clarke favored, but it seemed that just 50-50s every time. It ended up being a little towards the Briar side until Soup got going. And then Soup and Kang won out those 1v2s, those 1v3s towards the end of the game and made it that way. It was just impossible for Briar to do anything. They just had luck against them. We're going to move into Sunset as our next map pick. This will be the map pick of Clarke University. But before we go, do you know that the average American spends over 7 hours a day in front of screens, and that number is even higher amongst competitive gamers? Prolonged screen time means your eyes are under constant attack from blue light radiation, leading to unwanted side effects such as headache, eye fatigue, and disrupted sleep patterns. Well, there is no avoiding screens today, especially for us that play a lot of esports. There is a solution. Enter Buy Blue Light with the best blue light blocking lenses and fully customizable frames. Find out why Buy Blue Light is the preferred eyewear protection partner of the MEC and over 60 college programs around the country. You can find them online at www.byebluelight.com. Buy Blue Light, protecting your vision from a brighter future. And we're going to protect your ears by going to a break while we scream.
Welcome back to the MEC Fall Championship. This is the lower bracket final. And if you're just tuning in, it's Clarke University and Briar University. Clarke took map 1, 13-10. And now we get to go to the newest map in Valorant, Sunset. Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, this is your first time casting Sunset this season, right?
It is my first time. My first time casting it ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess it hasn't been around before this season, so it would have been difficult to cast it before. Yeah, no, I'm super excited for Sunset. It was played twice yesterday, but this is still your first time. It's a fun map. Cinema is a fun bit. We have new and updated bans. Some weird stuff happened before where Briarcliff actually deferred their first pick to Clarke to make sure that they basically got the last pick. So because of that, this is actually the Briarcliff pick here on Sunset, meaning Clarke won their own map pick on Bind. and all of Briar Cliff's locked in already.
Yeah, what I think happened is I think they deferred it because they want to make sure that they got that pick for map 3. I think they are coming in expecting a series going all the way to map 3, which, I mean, when you have these two teams, it would not surprise me. Any of the teams in the top 3 playing each other, there is more than a 50-50 chance that it is going to go to map 3 because Briar Cliff and Clarke University are just two teams that are cut from a different cloth.
They're just really good. They're just really, really good. The only other team you can put in this general conversation is Ohio Northern, who the winner of this will be facing.
Yeah. Grand Finals, as well as the agents, are here. We have a little bit of difference. I believe we're going double controller on Clarke University, and it's a double initiator on Briar
I just want
Cliff.
to note that the Clarke University lineup is the exact same one they ran the last match, except Soup is playing the Omen other than instead of the Astra. Astra's not super viable on this map. She's fine. Omen's just way better. So I like seeing Soup going with the adaptation, but they are pretty solid on the rest of their set here. Granola, I think, has only played Chamber Cypher this event. He's played well on it. I see no reason to move on from it. Zerona has been the most cracked raise this whole time. I see no issue with it. Keep on with it. Ain has been playing this Sage really well on Vine. He played it. He's been playing it basically on every map other than when he swaps to Chamber. So I have no issues with this Clarke lineup. The Briar Cliff lineup is new though. Fade I'm excited for. I'm more excited for the Breach though. As we know from yesterday, huge Breach fan.
Spike planted.
Today execute. Briar Cliff making quick work of the site. And they look to make quick work of the round as well. Freight and Milk teaming up for a frag, and it's only Shrone on the table to grab one. Ain nearly has a double, but they only have one. The headshot is only good. Soup has to come back. They get spotted out by the camera. This is going to be a really difficult situation to win for Clarke University. It seems like this pistol is going to go to Briar Cliff unless Soup can have a hero play. But
you
Kang,
say that.
And
you
it's
say
the
that.
hero play from Kang. We saw it not yesterday, but we saw it a bunch yesterday. I stand corrected. We saw it last map. We saw it just 10 seconds ago. I was a fool.
We've seen it this whole season. There is no reason ever to believe that when Soup and Kang are at a numbers equality that they are at a disadvantage. There is basically no reason to believe that if Soup and Kang are in a 2v4, I don't think that they're going to win it. These guys are so good together in a clutch. Soup, I think, is the best clutch player we've seen, but Kang is not far behind him. And the two of them together is an unstoppable duo, as you see Briar Cliff just faltering in the 3v2.
Bonus round. After this one, conversion for Clarke University. I mean, they really converted on the pistol round. It was looking borderline unwinnable, and they made it happen. Swings out. It's a double for Ain. The classic does not get the job done, but Soup lines up the double kill with that Bulldog and give it a triple, a full house ace, if you will. 3 for Soup and then 2 for Ain. 2 rounds in a row for Clarke University. The conversion rounds happen so quick. If you blink, you miss it.
Those are Soup's first 3 kills in this game, for what it's worth. He didn't get anything in the pistol, but he did enough to make sure that they got the round. If Soup and Ain and Kang are going to play like this game, Briar Cliff's done. And I understand we're 2 rounds in, but it seems that they have a little bit of a vengeance. It seems like they're a little upset after the last game that it didn't go as dominant as they expected it to be.
I mean, yeah, they have completely dominated these first 2 rounds. And I know, it's only 2 rounds. It might be a little too early to say, oh, this should be a domination. But, like, Clarke University has come to destroy everything in their path. And so far, they're absolutely doing so. Bonus round for Briar Cliff. They do have an advantage for the meantime. They still have a couple of players to deal with, though, on the other side of the map. By the time this spike gets down, this should be time for the retake.
Yeah, but Soup is still alive. And I seriously mean that.
Oh,
I
my
seriously
goodness.
mean that, man.
Yo,
He's
my
so
goodness!
good. He is a stew now. He's got meat in the bones.
And the defuse from Granola as well. This time, hold down that 4 key. Don't let it go. Don't give us a heart attack again. Clarke University denies the bonus round. And Soup, our clutch lord and savior, has done it yet again. 3 in a row for CU. Oh my goodness, I am going insane.
Soup is just the guy. Like, there's no other question. He's just the guy. Like, he's only gotten kills in this map in terms of 3Ks. That's it. He's gotten 2 3Ks. That's the whole thing. He's got 6 kills, 0 deaths, 0 assists. He's seen 3 people. He's killed 3 people twice.
Round 4. Surprisingly, Briar is able to buy up a couple of Vandals. They switch it up this time. Rather than going A, they try their hand at a mid push. A lot of mid presence shown. A little bit of damage done for Clarke University. Same for Clarke, but a little bit more for Clarke.
Okay. Hero of the game so far, Soup. Make sure he doesn't die. Oh my goodness, he's playing the timing so well. He's so...
One enemy remaining.
He only gets 3Ks. He's only gotten 3Ks this map.
This is
That's
unbelievable.
His third 3K.
A soup with 3 ingredients. What would that be? Chicken noodle? That would be noodle chicken broth? I'm not even sure.
It's some broth as an ingredient.
I would count broth as an ingredient.
Okay.
It adds to the flavor.
I mean, it is like half the flavor of the soup.
Have you ever taken a piece of chicken out of the chicken noodle soup and just eaten it? It tastes like nothing. Same with the noodle. The broth adds all of the flavor.
Yeah, but have you ever had chicken noodle broth on its own?
I mean, I've never had the option to.
It's just broth, man.
It is just broth, man. And can we quote that? Mechatronic 11/12/2023. Timeout's called by Briar. I definitely like this pick considering how simple these first 3 rounds have been for Clarke University. They came out and they steamrolled through the first 4. Briar needs to change something up as soon as possible, and I feel like the timeout's going to be the way to do it. But the problem is they're doing it on an eco round, which most teams like to do, but I just cannot get behind it. I would rather save the timeout one more time and do it on a bye.
So here's the question. And this, I think, is the most important question we can ask. How do you stop Soup? How do you turn the stove down, stop it from simmering?
I don't know. I actually have no idea. Just avoid him, I guess?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He's literally playing the one character that can just be everywhere.
That is such a scary sight to see. They already have their ult up, and now they can be everywhere squared.
Yeah, the question is, do they from the shadows into the A site to block it? I don't think so. I think you just push this rotate. Yeah, they're just heavy on the flank here. I don't think Hariri is ready for it. Hariri's going to be the first one spotted.
There it is.
Yeah, so Zerona grabs the kill.
At all.
They only know one. They only know one.
Soup knows that. They're staying back. They're going to wait for Zerona to go down. As soon as they pop that, they're going to know. In comes the blast back play. Oh, what a shot from Tony. Soup goes down. In Clarke University, the fall from Grace has been quite a hard one.
But Kang is still alive.
Kang is still alive. The other clutch demon. This is still a winnable round. But Briar going to take their time and rotate all the way through Link and make it over to B.
Where Konichi is just going to be a huge thorn in their side, but I think Granola has an idea of there being a possibility here. He does, but he's not able to adjust quick enough. This should probably be a save now from Kang. That's awkward. That's so awkward. 30 HP, this should be a save. Actually, you know what? You have enough money.
That is true. Either die or get a kill, and you can get your ult orb, and now they've got it.
Yeah, you're not worrying about giving guns over to the attackers, because you have more teammates that are dead than people up. So they have their guns anyway if they want them. So you're only losing the Vandal, but you can buy again. So I think I like that play. I'm in for that play.
I think going for it was likely the right decision. This next round looking really good for Briar. They had 3 ults at the ready, with the other 2 only 1 orb away. That is a very powerful position to be in. These next couple of rounds are going to be really difficult for Clarke University if Briar can stagger these ultimates correctly. Another A execute. Briar holding off on the ults for just 1 second. It is the Rolling Thunder to come out first, not the Hunter's Fury. Now the control is all given up to Briar Cliff.
I thought for a second that was.
I thought that was soup.
Yeah, I thought they were memeing a bit. That was the longest dog jump I've ever seen.
Long legs on that Tasmanian tiger. Spike goes down. Clarke University still has a 2-man advantage. Oh my goodness! What a showstopper! Unbelievable scenes from Clarke University.
So how many 3Ks is that this game? So
That
Ken
is
got a 3K in the first.
That's like the 5th.
Ken got a 3K in the
In 6
first round.
rounds. Yes.
Soup got 3Ks in the rounds after that.
Uh-huh.
Then they lost a round.
Yes.
And then Zerona got a showstopper 3K.
What? Showstopper 3K. That's not like showstopper double. That is a showstopper 3K. 3 kills with that rocket launcher. Everyone on Briar Cliff just completely bundled up into a ball. They were cuddling. They were huddling under the blanket around the fire. And in comes the rocket from the best Brazilian I've ever known.
All right.
Snuff them out.
Look at Soup sitting on top of the board there with 10. Zerona not far behind with 8.
Oh, they messed up the 3K chain.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
Well, Clarke University is going to lose now. Wait, how does Jordan not get spotted?
That's just a free kill. Ain with 2 to trade quickly. But it's already a Clarke advantage, and we're like 15 seconds into the round. So remember how we talked about this being Briar Cliff's map pick?
Uh-huh.
I think let's go back to the version where this was Clarke's map pick, and then it seems a little bit better.
I would agree.
Because we're all on the same page there.
Briar Cliff has a chance to get onto a site, but this retake is going to hit. I have a feeling it's going to hit like a train. They still have Into the Shadows if they want to get a little bit more of that information, but when you're up a man, I don't think it's really worth it. Plus, Milk only has the Sheriff. Showstopper comes out from Freight. It's only able to grab one, but everybody on BCU is so low. Granola, this is a very clutchable situation. They've got to be careful. They line up, but one of them's crouched, and they just shoot over the head of Raze.
Yeah, Soup just kind of got turned on there, and it was really unfortunate. That was a very winnable round for Clarke, and they didn't win it. But it wasn't like we didn't win the round, we're bad. It just, they happened to not win the round.
Briar Cliff wins that round out. They slow Clarke University just a little bit more. We get a bye round for the first time this game. Both of this team's economies are looking okay. Clarke University has enough to buy for next round. I believe that Briar Cliff, if they lose, they should have enough to buy up, especially if they keep one of these guns at least. I think the poorest player has a little bit less than 1,000, which is still not terrible, especially considering the loss bonus. I believe it still has a little bit of loss bonus. I know if you lose it, it takes it down a little bit, but I think it has a bit of delay on just immediately dropping. Am I right about that?
I believe so.
Because I know for like some of the overlays they got like 3 times loss bonus, and then when they lose a round it's like two times loss bonus. But it's still the loss bonus. You're still gonna get that extra money.
Yes. I think
Not as much, but it's still gonna be noticeable. Either way, Briar Cliff default pushing their way through, heavily focusing on A as the round starts to mature a little bit more. In comes Granola with the first kill of the round onto the Cypher counterpart. Unfortunately for Clarke University, A site is wide open, and Briar Cliff only really has to push through, and this should be at least a plant.
Our Shadow comes through. Scoop's got one. What? I'm sorry. Whoa.
30
Freight.
seconds left.
How did Freight not look up and help his teammate? I'm really confused. Jordan's got one on Kenichi, and the last one alive is Freight. Is that Raze who tried to help his teammate before, but nothing ended up because of it, and Soup got a kill. That was a little awkward. It was a little awkward right there. Yeah, that was a lot awkward.
That was a lot awkward.
That was a lot awkward.
So it'll be a near full buy for Briar Cliff. They've had quite a rough patch. Clarke University, they are smooth sailing. Briar Cliff, they had that last round. They could not secure round 8, but now they go to round 9. They have quite a few guns that they can work with. if they want to full force this up, this is a very winnable round for Briar Cliff. But the problem is not the guns, but just how Clarke University is playing right now. They're so controlling and constricting. Everything that Briar Cliff is attempting is just not working. It's not bad ideas. Briar Cliff is playing fine, but Clarke University is on another level at the moment.
They're clapping, man.
Oh my goodness, double kill for Ain.
What?
And they're going to push up even further. Briar Cliff barely gets away with that spike. They run it over to A site. It's open for now, but they need to get there quick because Clarke University has a hunch that they're not there anymore.
What is this team? Like, I don't get it. It seems like... Oh, he spotted. It seems like every time they've got one guy, you're like, they've only got one. No, they have 7 guys. Or in this case, 6. Like, they actually have 6 guys.
Cage trigger, cage trigger.
So here we see the Seekers come out. Does quite a bit of information. The Tasmanian Tiger will get one as well. Oh, Konichi! Hold up a second. We were harping on Clarke University being the 3K Kings. But now it's Konichi who's on pace for one. Location gets revealed. Granola has to play this smart. One of these last players is low. If they land the headshot onto Hariri, this is a much winnable round.
Yeah, just for everyone's awareness, this is the sub for the team. Fade is normally a info initiator player, but they move roles around this weekend to make sure. The super sub. But he can't do anything super here as Briar Cliff gets their 3rd round.
Very nice job on Briar Cliff's side. They converted a lost round into a win. It was looking very bleak, and Konichi's Guardian bent out everyone on Clarke University, turned into the hero gun. Go, round twin. Double digits officially reached, but not for one of the teams, rather for the entire map. Clarke University, they've already secured 6 going into the half with still 3 rounds to go. This could be a 9-3 at the end.
I mean, it's 9-3 is still a very dominant half from
for sure
from Clarke University. Even 7-5 or something like that, right? Like, we're still in a very dominant half from Clarke, and they're winning. They do seem to be winning off of these unattainable things, these clutches, these 3Ks and stuff.
And typically that is a scary sight because they're, like you just said, they're winning off of hero plays, clutches, crazy 3Ks, and like those are not, I guess, able to do every single time, because once you get a team that pushes as a team, you get a result like that. Briar Cliff turning the entire scoreboard and the kill feed red and instantly ending that round.
Yeah, they did a really good job. I mean, they started. Let's see if they can finish.
Clarke University starting to slip a little bit. Such a dominant start. And here they are in a really awkward position. Still up, but Briar Cliff has got that momentum settled. In the last 2 rounds that they lost, they got the first frag. They got the first couple of frags in the first time, but the last couple have just not had the finishing power as we're used to.
A lot of shots from Kang first onto Freight. See what Soup can do. This wall's going to go down in a second. Have this pick the litter. He's got 1, he's got 2. Soup has been so good in these rounds. Ain able to finish off Milk, and it's just Konichi left standing. And Kang's got the trade as Ain goes down.
7-4. Last round of the half, and we were talking about like the hero plays of Clarke University. That was absolutely a couple of hero plays. Really just everybody pushing up and being a hero in their own mind. We didn't see a crazy 3K, but it was a lot of gunplay that Briar Cliff simply did not have an answer to. And if they're just able to push themselves as a team and use the utility that they need to use, Clarke University could absolutely get taken down pretty easily. But Briar Cliff does not have the resources for it. That's the problem. They are playing a very aggressive and a very mechanically skilled Clarke University team, but the roster they have is just not good for it. Zhrona just walking on by, not even checking that corner, as their teammates actively in a fight. 3K for Freight with a Kang left in the 1 versus 5.
They're just clapping, man. They're like Briar Cliff once in a while has these rounds where they just are very good at the game. The rest of the rounds are Clarke University is very good at the game, but once in a while they have these rounds. This is really doable from Kang actually at this point. It's like look at the health.
Pick up a different Vandal as well. Prowler does not catch them.
He's going in and trying to find Kenichi. Does he think about that there's a possibility of the Cypher behind? Paranoia comes through. Tony's going to flash him. No, he has no clue. There's no clue. That's it. That's Hariri taking him down. 7-5 is still a real good half. I don't think anyone's upset with a 7-5 half.
Not at all. Not on Clarke, anyway. Briar Cliff probably kicking themselves. They lost quite a few in the row at the start. Near the end, Briar Cliff kind of evened up there, but Clarke University took the ground, and they hit it running. Round 13, pistol round is 5 ghosts for Clarke University. Briar Cliff deciding to stagger out a little bit more. They got 2 ghosts, and then 3 classics, with one of them backed by light shields.
Yep, but just one of them.
Doesn't really matter. I think a headshot from the ghost is still going to get that kill at close range. But if they're at long range, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But really, who's going to try a long range pistol fight on like mid?
Me.
Yeah, me too. But like, I'm talking about like actual good players.
Me.
Okay. Same.
Actually,
same.
good player.
Same.
Let's be clear.
I wasn't throwing shade at you. I was throwing shade at us.
Yeah, as a group.
Oh my god! What in the world is that? 2 versus 2. Drona gets peeked out on. Spike carrier goes down.
It's
1
still
versus 2.
Round.
This is Briar Cliff's round. Granola has to land these shots. They're completely missing it out.
Yeah,
Granola missing that opportunity.
Zorana had to do heroics just to get them in the ballpark of the ability to win this round. You know where Granola is now, though. So the question is, what is Granola going to have to do to make sure he can get this spike? He's the one. Gets a lot of shots on one, but he cannot take down the duplicate Hariri.
55 HP. That was 2 more shots, and that was Briar Cliff's loss. But not this time. Briar Cliff brings this map within 1. They go to the conversion round. The signs all point to a 7-7 scoreline going into the bonus unless Clarke University can make the heroics happen again. But as of late, it has been Briar Cliff shutting down every bit of heroicism that Clarke University's tried to put out.
Zorana and the Sheriff name a better combo. Other
Zorana
than
and the Vandal?
Vandal. Yeah. Other than Zorana and a Vandal.
Zorana and Raze.
Zorana and Raze, yeah. Famed Raze player in the MEC.
Yeah.
He does, in fact, like his Raze.
Both these teams playing this round really slow. Clarke University, they know they can't rush in willy-nilly, because if they do that, they're going to meet some Spectres. They're probably going to meet a Phantom or 2. Briar Cliff's in a situation that they are here to take back what they lost in the first half, so they're going to play aggressive likely. Clarke University knows that. They're playing this very safe, very sound, just slowly making their way up. They still have 45 seconds. There's no need to rush just yet.
Ooh. Okay. It's all in milk. He's got 1. He's got 2. He doesn't get the 3rd, though, so Runner's able to get a trade, but Kenichi and Freight are able to finish it out. And so quickly, what we thought was a dominant game towards Clarke University is turning the other way. It's a tie game now, 7-7.
Clarke University, they need to make really quick work of this bonus round, or else they're going to be in deep trouble. If they lose this bonus round, that could start a massive negative chain of reactions. They win it by a little bit. They might not have enough to finish out the next round, which is a monumental loss for them. They might have 1, but if they only keep one of the Vandals or Phantoms left, there's going to be a lot of firepower for Briar Cliff, and as of late, the firepower from Briar Cliff has been a little bit better than Clarke's.
Little amount in from Zerona. This is the first gun round that they've gotten this half. They want to see if they can take the lead that they once had and contest it, make it further ahead.
Oh my goodness.
What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What are they doing?
They're winning this round. That's what they're doing.
Apparently so.
Talk about a rock and a hard place for Freight. They got 150 in the health bar, but they are getting pushed out of their scenario, and it's a headshot from A to end this one out. Clarke University, I said they had to win the bonus round efficiently, and they definitely did that. They kept 4 players alive. That is quite a bit of weaponry held over. Briar Cliff, they have enough to buy this time, not quite fully. A couple of players with light shields. There's one of them with a Guardian rather than a Vandal or Phantom. This round is still very doable for both of these sides. This is a massive round for either one of them.
But like, what were you doing there? Like, why did that work? I'm so serious about this. Like, Zerona, Aim, Suit, like, they just these are things that should not occur. What just happened there should not be a thing. Yet it was. I don't get it.
Clarke University takes up a lot of space in mid to start. Fault line comes out. If Breeze decided to peek off that, that could have been the end of both of them. But alas, Briar Cliff decides to hold off. Oh, Kang has a double kill that lines up and a triple.
Okay.
Despite the double from Briar Cliff, Clarke University still comes out on top, and they have a path to A, but they have to make it quick. Hariri takes down the Cypher counterpart. 2 versus 2. And Kang...
He still has so much health. He got those 3 kills, and he did not lose basically anything.
This is huge. Lucian's going to give over the info.
Look at where Ain is. Ain's just coming around through the smoke, pushing behind him. He's got 1. Ain just needs to do some work now. They just need to play together as a group, understand where they are, go for the kill as needed. They don't need to do anything here. They don't need to push it. It's all on Tony.
Spike is planted perfectly.
Yep. Well
Beautiful
done.
Play.
Really nice shot by Ain to bait Tony out to look that way. Because you saw Kang actually pushing that from behind as well. They didn't know where Kang was. They had no certainty on it. So really, really well done from them to make sure it was good.
Briar Cliff played that round the best that they could, but unfortunately Clarke was 2 steps ahead. They knew the situation they were in. They planted right in the middle of the open where both of those players had to peek through, whether it was Ain or Kang. If they really wanted to, if they were trying to defuse, Kane and Aang could peek out, and both of them were going to have a line of sight onto them. There was no chance for that 1v2. If it was a 2v2 and they were able to get that first frag, like Hariri was able to grab one, that was possible. But Hariri went down, it was a 1v2, impossibility for Briar Cliff after that.
Let's see if this round's going to be a possibility for Briar Cliff. Showstopper comes in. They're all on the flank. Zerona has all the info now. Unfortunate Zerona went further in and didn't turn around and look for the flank. There's a possibility for another 3K showstopper there. They were all very grouped together, but understandable why he didn't. Konichi's got the first one onto Granola after the aftershock. Sorry, the fault line comes through.
And trying to hold these players off. The spike is
doing
ticking,
a good job.
The neural theft's going to come out, but time is really ticking. There's one coming through from CT, and Milk has it with the aftershock. They start to line up. Zerona and everyone getting these frags. 2 versus 1, and it's a headshot. Clarke University, double digits, 3 rounds away from punching their ticket into the grand finals, and they stay alive. That is massive.
Yeah, Soup died. He's going to have to rebuy. They have enough money, but if Aim died too, they'd be in a really weird situation there because Kang would have been the only one with any money. Aim staying alive means that they still have some amount of money if they happen to lose this round. Speaking of money, Briar Cliff, none. 0. Nothing in the bank.
I'm going to say a sentence. Tell me if it makes sense or not. but Clarke University is the best team I have ever seen at just doing the bare minimum to win.
I'm in. I'm so in, man.
It's actually crazy.
I'm so in, man. What is Milka doing? What is this Clarke team doing?
Where you are.
What is going
wow.
on?
Such an efficient take. There's so many frags coming out. This is perfect Valorant being played.
Hold on. Tucker says Clarke University is so good at doing the bare minimum to win.
Okay,
Then
this
Clarke
is...
University absolutely trounces around.
Okay. I mean, tell me that the last round before this one was not just the bare minimum.
Oh, wait, hold on. This may become the bare minimum. Hold on.
See?
Give me a second.
It's a very foolproof way. If everybody just does a little bit of damage, eventually the last player is going to have a very easy round to win. To see 2v1, 5 HP for Tony. This is unwinnable for Briar Cliff.
I like how we've changed the intonation of Briarcliff. It's gone from Briarcliff to Briarcliff. As the map has gone on.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised Briar Cliff's not calling a timeout here, honestly.
So here's the thing, right? About calling a timeout, right? I've coached for a while. I've done the whole timeout thing. It's like half coach job is knowing to call a timeout. Here's the bit about this, right? There's a point in which you see this and go, what's the adaptation we're gonna make on attack, right? On defense. What's the adaptation we're gonna do? We can't just say, oh, let's go where Zerona and Ain and like Soup aren't. That's just not that's not something you can do. You're playing attack. You're playing defense. Sorry. Like they're gonna come wherever you are. You have to be able to hold it. So there's not a huge amount that you can change in your game plan that says this is how we're going to stop these players from doing stupid stuff like this.
Unbelievable.
Right? There's not a huge amount you can do against that. So your timeout is just like, if you're gonna take a timeout, it's let's get our mental together. Let's just take a second, relax, hope we can ice them out a little bit. But if you know where your team is at and you know where you're at, you don't need to take a timeout for that. I'm not against it, but like, if you're on attack, I get it, right? You go, hey, we're on attack. We need a new game plan. These three people are screwing with us. They're playing here, here, and here. Let's go here for this round. That's not a choice you have here.
Cage triggered.
Clarke University just has to hold it down. This is looking like a series point. Hariri peeks out, and Granola has the information. Tony, with the Guardian, grabs that frag, puts this round within the realm of winnability, but Ain immediately shuts it down, and the body shots end it out. Clarke University on match point. The end of Briarcliff's season might just be near.
Well, I don't take any fun in saying this, but we predicted this yesterday. I don't think we predicted it in this fashion, but we said it was going to be a Clarke ONU finals.
That is what we expected. Man. Briarcliff. This was the team that took down Clarke 2-1 in the winter semis, and now they meet yet again in the lower bracket finals to push themselves into the grands. A date with ONU on the line, and Clarke University is showing up in every way they need to.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of B presence for Clarke University.
It's just one more.
One more round.
It's just one more. Nice.
Very advantageous angle, but it's not enough.
But the trades are so good for Clarke. They've been this whole game. It's the 3v3 right now, and I'm still favoring Clarke on the attack side, and that's the Viper's pick going out. It's the only ultimate available in the round other than From the Shadows over on the Omen. When Granola just gets a free kill onto Konichi.
Koni pushing up. They can't land the shot.
That's it. That's the round. That's it. The game.
1v3.
Having to retake in a Viper's pit is brutal. That's it.
The
That's
impossible
the game.
needs to be done, and there it is. Kang with a 3K It had to be the 3K to end it out. That is it. Thanks for coming, Briar Cliff. Clarke University have punched their ticket, and they have a date one last time with Ohio Northern University in the grand finals of the MEC fall season.
Yeah,
what
so just
a series.
I want to point this out. Earlier in the championship bracket, Briar Cliff beat Clarke 2-1. Since that point, Clarke went through a little bit of a lower bracket we're on. They beat Cleveland State University. They beat Miami University yesterday 2-0. They beat Briar Cliff University today 2-0. They haven't lost a map since Briar Cliff University played them in the winter semifinals. And in that, they've also switched Fade for Granola because Fade couldn't make it here this weekend.
Let's also talk about that Miami match a little bit. One of those maps was a 13-0.
Yeah, one of those
we cannot forget about that. The first map against Miami was a 13-0, which is just unbelievable.
So there's some thought here that Ohio Northern have played 3 games to get here. Clarke University have played 5. Clarke University have also played 2 games already on LAN and 1 game today on LAN. Ohio Northern, I think, has played 1 game. I think they played yesterday. I may be wrong on that.
Yeah.
Production can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, they played in the upper bracket finals yesterday.
Yeah, but there's some gameplay diff. There's some this is going to be a close best of 5 finals.
I got a feeling,
no matter what it is.
We are nearing the end of the MEC fall season. One more series. It's a best of 5, and we will be done. You know the saying, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, and we are nearing the end of this beginning.
You don't need to start on closing time yet, man.
Series.
We got a best of 5.
We got a best of 5, but it's only one more series. It might be the longest series of the season, but it's just one more series, and then we're done with the season, which is an absolutely crazy thing to think about. Ohio Northern University versus Clarke University one more time on LAN. And I believe we have an interview before we get into that, so make sure that you stick around for that. You don't want to catch the interview. And we also have a quick fun fact for you. Did you know that the average American spends 7 hours in front of a screen? And another fun fact, that number is even higher for people in esports, especially athletes. So higher screen times, of course, means your eyes are under constant attack from harmful blue light radiation, leading to unwanted side effects such as headache, eye fatigue, disrupted sleep patterns, as well as more. While there's no avoiding screens in the digital age, there is a solution. Buy Blue Light. These glasses on my face right now, they provide the best blue light blocking lenses with customizable frames. You can find out why Buy Blue Light is the preferred eye protection partner of the MEC, as well as over 60 college programs across the country. www.buybluelight.com. That is BYE bluelight.com. Buy Blue Light, protecting your vision from a brighter future. And I mean, I don't think it gets any brighter than this. Grand Finals coming up in just a few moments, but before then, it's an interview.
Howdy, everybody. It is Kendo Slice here live at the Fall MEC Championship, and I am joined by the one, the only, the super sub.
That's me.
Clarke. It is Granola.
That's me.
Granola. Like, this apparently is a very big stage for you.
I mean, yeah.
Not only to just come in, but to perform very highly, despite not necessarily playing the entire season.
No. So, my role is as the team last year, I moved into the team as we qualified for CVAL playoffs last year, and now here I am, just continuing to participate. I ran the B team. I wouldn't say I ran the B team, but I was the captain and IGL of the B team here at Clarke. They call me the JV Jet. And, here I am at LAN just performing. It was great to go head-to-head against Briar Cliff. Love playing those guys. Just a great game overall.
I heard a lot vocal back and forth.
Yeah. We have good rapport with them. So, maybe at the end of the day, they could be upset. But, we talk our...
Definitely some upset. But it seemed like the banter was very strong with both. The teams kept it close
absolutely.
Throughout. Was there a specific moment, maybe in game one, that you feel like you were able to break through?
Yeah, I would say the turning point was we had a really good retake on A side through a Viper's Pit. And I just knew the game was over from that point on.
Now, I hear that if there was a most improved on the team, I don't know if you'd be voting for yourself here, but there's a case.
I mean, when you look at the scoreboard, it's hard to see that, but when it comes to quantifying clutchness, I think I'm definitely up there.
So as far as name goes, granola. Is there a thought behind that? You just
all
you
right.
had that one.
Yeah,
at
I can. Yeah, I'd be happy
breakfast,
to. So
or- I wanna kind of go into it mainly because I'm hungry.
yeah, so my old IGN was my old in-game name was Fartman, and when I came to Clarke, my director's like, "That's not gonna fly, man." So I just pulled up my notes app. I'm like, "Oh, what's gonna work?" So I went to granola. I had that on my shopping list. So here I am, granola. I have some granola in my bag if you want some.
I might take you up
I might have
on
to,
that
might have to.
offer. I did not realize I was going to uncover this one. So, folks,
Fartman,
be
retired.
on standby. Everybody, any shout outs?
Yeah, I would love to
give?
shout out my brother who got me
Fartman.
started playing video games, Matthew. Love that guy. Shout out to my parents, just supporting me, sending me off to college, and my parents, Bob and Lisa, and my cousin Mark, who got me started playing Valorant. I love that guy.
Well, we're going to let you go because you have to get in
Yeah.
on that final. It is going to be Clarke
Actually, before
going
that,
to the
we have a
final.
little surprise.
So you want to make sure that you stand by, but
They can hear this on stream.
apparently a surprise.
Granola, if you look on the side of the screen that you are on,
Yes,
we
sir.
actually
Surprise?
have an agent representation of you for
Yeah.
the cipher.
That's me. That's me. Yeah.
There's a cipher over in the corner. There you go.
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
favorite character in the game, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So it looks like we will be right back here after the break. You don't want to go away.